Going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We're gonna finally finish off the last node for global nodes, and yeah, this is definitely, I would say, the hardest one. Last time we had finished off with this team here: Sinister, Emma Frost, Black Widow, and Ghost, and we're running in the same team here. We're still gonna format it, and after a couple recordings, I was able to get a pretty solid attack attempt in. So that's the one I went with. But yeah, well, we also have some sped up footage for you guys too. Otherwise, yeah, it's like a 45-50 minute video otherwise, so I had to speed it up a bit so that way I'm not eating up all your guys' time here. But this is the lineup that I'm running here, and I'm not sure if that's the best configuration, but it seems to work just fine. So I mean, it does work out fine that we are able to get through it in the one shot, so hopefully it helps you guys out. But while you guys are going through this too, I do recommend going through msf.gg and going to the maps page and trying to keep track of what characters are going to be popping on each wave. I found that extremely useful. Now, when this one starts, it's incredibly important to know that there is a lot of AoE going on here. So, I mean, what's important here is you want to make sure you can contain Crystal and Quake. And the character we're going to be aiming for to clone is none other than Captain America. And I think a lot of people have went with Captain America just because he has that synergy with Black Widow, and he provides that energy and the defense up as well here. So as you guys see here, we won't speed the footage up just yet. Once I get 3 Captain Americas on the board, I'll speed up the footage. But yeah, it's important to note that once you clone him and he starts feeding that energy to the team, it's just gonna make things go so much faster. So that's kind of the way to go with this one. And yeah, like I said, it's a very tough node because there's a lot of AoE going on. So just make sure you guys can contain those characters. I mean, there's a lot of problematic ones too. That's why we're stunning Black Bolt. We're blinding Crystal because, yeah, she's gonna keep AoEing us. It's gonna get very, very annoying, and that's why we've blinded her. And also, you want to make sure you can contain Captain America as well, because, yeah, he's going to be stunning. Or, excuse me, he's going to be defensing up, and then Black Widow is going to be stunning on their team. So, yeah, it's just a lot of problematic characters. And one of the reasons why it's good that we have the characters that we do have. Sinister cloning Captain America is going to come in very handy, as you guys see here, with the defense up and the energy. And as he feeds more energy to Mr. Sinister, it's going to help us out. I didn't think that I was going to be able to one-shot this, but I did do it, and I was actually really surprised because, yeah, I was kind of shocked that there was a few times where I thought I was going to get wiped, but yeah, like I said, Quake and Crystal get incredibly annoying with their ultimates, or excuse me, their specials, because they just keep using it over and over. And Emma Frost comes in big because of the fact that she keeps bringing the blinds, and then she does debuff removal. So I know lots of people are trying to rush these nodes and bring in Sabretooth and Wolverine and Shield Trooper. And yeah, if you have those characters, definitely, you know, if you didn't feel it the first couple nodes for global, you're definitely going to feel it here, where you can tell that the quality of the character definitely matters. So that's why, yeah, just make sure you guys are, you know, picking characters that you can, you know, that are, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? They're well-rounded, and they're good for all the game modes, and you're not just rushing into it. I mean, yeah, it's just, we've got lots of time right now, and I don't think, yeah, I don't think, you know, even if you get through and enter into Dark Dimension 4, there's so many obstacles on the Cosmic and the City and then the Legendary nodes that, yeah, there's just no point in trying to race it and get it done ASAP, right? By throwing in low-level, you know, non-high quality characters, right? Like, for example, like, you know, if you brought in Shield Trooper. And I mean, you know, some people might, right? If they got a 7 red on him, they might. So, but yeah, anyways, as you guys see here, we want to make sure we can keep containing. There's so many characters on this board that you want to stun, but it's just, yeah, it's tough to contain it. And I tried cloning Black Widow to see if that helped, and it did not. So go with Captain America. I basically went 3 Captain Americas because it was just energy. It was a lot of defense up for the team, and it just provided a lot more block chance as well, because each Avenger that's on the board, I'm not sure if that counts towards if it's himself, but seems like it was working, so I'm not complaining. We're reapplying the slows obviously when we get them with Emma Frost, and yeah, like I said already, it's a doozy. It's a longer node for sure, but yeah, I was shocked because yeah, Captain America really shines on this one, and yeah, for those of you guys that did level him up and brought him with Black Widow, then great. I mean, it just means you're gonna have another Captain America on the board, and it's just gonna strengthen that that team that you have. So yeah, we're stunning Black Widow there, and again, we're gonna throw the blind. I think on probably one of those guys after we reapply the slow, but yeah, you want to keep reapplying the blinds when you can, and it rips all the buffs off as well. So Emma Frost has been amazing, but yeah, we definitely can't do this node without Mr. Sinister, so you got to make sure he's the priority first. If you're trying to choose between him or Emma Frost, you got to go with Mr. Sinister first, and then yeah, we're gonna just kill off Crystal. That's gonna spread off to somebody else once that kills, and it looks like it went to Deadpool, and which is fine. But yeah, like I said, once you start taking a couple of these guys down, it'll get a little easier. But yeah, Crystal is a big one. You leave her alone. I found out that yeah, it was just a doozy. So anyways, that's it, guys. We're gonna speed up the footage now to give you guys a little bit more of faster gameplay. It's just, yeah, otherwise we're gonna be here all day yappering away, and nobody wants to hear me talk for 50 minutes or an hour. So it's going to be the same strategy. Once you get the 3 Captain Americas, you're going to notice that there's going to be a huge amount of energy influx going into your team, and yeah, you're going to notice that you know, you're going to notice that it's going to get way easier just because, yeah, you've got so much defense up, so much energy going around, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Other thing to note is make sure you got Ghost as a striker, so that way when she ults, she can double tap and still use her single target and reduce the speed on a character. So that's what I have on her, and I think she's a striker 4 or 3 or something. You want at least level 2 or 4, so that way they get the extra health. I find that the extra 10% on level 2 helps, and then the extra 10% on level 4 helps again. So yeah, it just helps out and gives her a little bit more cushion because she is a squishier character for sure. And I think, hopefully, if we get enough energy for the next wave, we'll most likely clone probably Black Widow here, so that way we can get another extra stun for utility. Because yeah, the next wave, as we're looking here, it's looks like we're getting a symbiote Spidey with some other Spider-Verse characters, Spider-Man normal and Miles, and then we got Nick Fury and Agent Coulson as well, and then we got some Shield guys coming in. So I mean, yeah, these are unlike the other nodes, they do have some pretty hefty drops on in terms of legendaries. Like the last couple waves we didn't face any legendaries. This one we are getting Black Bolts and Nick Furies and Symbiote Spideys, which I consider to be like a pseudo legendary because he's that good. And yeah, and then at this point, I mean, as you guys are kind of winding down and getting the last of these guys down, you can start conserving your abilities. But yeah, like I said already, like the Captain Americas, the Black Widows, like, yeah, you're not gonna, yeah, it's gonna be really hard to get through these guys. Like I think at one point, you know, you could probably go with 5 Captain Americas too, and it probably still wouldn't hurt you. I think the only thing is like it's gonna take a little bit of time because they don't do a lot of damage. They provide a lot of energy and a lot of defense up and a lot of more defensive capabilities. But yeah, that's why I'm speeding up the footage for you guys, because yeah, it is a long node, and especially with the way I'm playing, we're playing to one shot, and of course, you know, this is probably the slower route to go. If we went Black Widow stun, or excuse me, duplication or clone, that might have provided a little bit more damage and more utility, but we went more defensively, which was going with the Captain Americas. And yeah, as you guys see here, it's basically just defense up over and over and just giving a ton of energy to the team, and we're really just taking our time. And I like his shield throw too, because it rips the buffs off, and it helps more with the controlling characters if they got some deadly buffs on them, especially Black Widow, because she steals some of them. But we're leaving her pretty much last. Probably be able to clone her, maybe. We'll see what happens there. I forget the exact what happens here, but yeah, I think oh yeah, we missed it, I think by 1 maybe or something. Yeah, but yeah, as you guys see here, next wave drops, and it's a pretty hefty one as well. But thank goodness we have so much of the Captain Americas there. He's just gonna provide so much defense up, and it's tough to get through, right? Like obviously, It's tough to get through there. I believe I stun Agent Coulson, and then I think I throw a blind on I forget who now, but you also want to make sure you stun Rhino as well, because if you don't, what ends up happening is he'll if he gets blinded, he'll just remove the blinds on his allies. And I forget if that's, I believe it's any ally, so it doesn't have to be Sinister Six. But yeah, you want to stun him, so then get him out of the way. And now we've also got Symbiote Spidey back on our side. So again, same thing. We're going back to that original team we had with the first few nodes where we had Black Widow and Symbiote Spidey. And my goodness, yeah, the double stun, Captain America, like, yeah, you this is the blockbuster team to go. And I remember people on Reddit were saying that the node got buffed and then they removed the buff. So I'm not sure if this is the, I think this is the before they buffed it, so because I recall them saying there was only 2 black bolts in the first go around, and then they added a few more black bolts, and it just got horrendous. So then they removed it, I think, after people complained. So that's the way it goes. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I think even if we had black bolts here, doesn't change the fact that if you have like 4 Captain Americas, 2 Black Widows, you're set. So yeah, it actually is beneficial that you only have 4 characters, because then you can actually clone more, and it basically helps with your clone army. And as you guys see here, we're just plowing through these ones, and no problem here whatsoever. I don't know if there's a correct attack way to go, but like I said, take out the ones that are risky. And I think going after Symbiote Spidey, taking care of Agent Coulson and making sure he's stunned so he doesn't rip your buffs off, and of course his ultimate's pretty scary too, because it hits the highest target attack and then it puts a taunt on them. So you want to make sure you can protect those characters. And then of course Rhino, you want to make sure he's stunned as well, so that he's not using his passive, which is if he gets blinded by some miracle, somehow Emma Frost kills somebody and it goes to him, then he can actually rip off debuffs off his team. So, and quite funny as well is you guys can see here, like the amount of energy that Captain America brings to the table just allows Black Widow and Symbiote Spidey to keep repeatedly stunning. So it's just absolutely amazing. It's just, that's why I had 4, like 3 or 4, 4 Captain Americas. Like, yeah, it's just insane amount of energy. And then yeah, of course the stuns with Symbiote Spidey and Black Widow and the speed up. It's overkill. The next wave we're getting Agent Coulson, Deadpool, and Cable dropping on us. Just a 3. Not sure how that's gonna work, but we'll see how that goes. Or no, wait, that's the 4th wave. Sorry. The next wave should be Nick Fury, Cable, Deadpool, Negasonic, and then we got some Rhino again, Rhinos, and a Quake, and some Spider-Verse Miles there. But yeah, as you guys see here, pretty straightforward node. I think the hardest part is just trying to get yourself set up at the start, and that was when I had the slower footage going on here. But yeah, that was like trying to make sure you can survive the hits from Quake and Crystal first, and then just making sure you get the clones going on, and then after you do that, yeah, then you're pretty much set. Same thing here with Rhino. You want to make sure he's stunned, otherwise the blinds can get annoying. We're stunning Nick Fury first too, because of the fact that he's gonna do his his buffs for everybody. So as you guys see here, like, it's just crazy. You got 3 stuns right off the get-go there, and then you've basically taken out like 3 guys. So again, Ghost there with a double tap on the speed reduction, and yeah, and now as you guys see here, it's just a ton of energy feeding to the team. We're gonna use that Symbiote Spidey's to lengthen those debuffs. We're gonna throw a blind on Quake there, because she's probably one of the biggest threats here on this map because of the AoE, and that's not even that much, because if everybody's stunned, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And as you guys see here as well, there's a lot of AoE on this node. Like, they have a ton of damage. Like, if these guys weren't stunned, and you got Rhino throwing his his ultimate, you got Quake using her special, you got Cable and Miles doing their thing, like, yeah, it's actually a ton of damage. So I mean, if these guys weren't stunned, we would probably not be doing as good as we are. So again, we got that speed reduction thanks to the double tap, and then we got the debuff lengthening as well. So Ghost has been massive. I'm looking forward to seeing how many people can go through this without her, because yeah, so far it seems like the majority of the people going through Dark Dimension 4 have been using her. So I mean, she's a good character. You don't need the other Pym techs to make her maximize her abilities. She's just her own skills itself is just so good. I think Hela, she's very similar to Hela, because Hela spreads a lot of the debuffs as well and lengthens them. And it's nice. It's nice that we have a global character that can do that. So for sure, for my Cosmic Nodes, I'm thinking of bringing Hela up because of that fact. Because she spreads the negatives to everybody, and then it also helps re-lengthen someone's that, you know, if some of them already got lost, or they, you know, if you have to reapply the blinds or whatever. But yeah, as you guys see here, it's just crazy because she also does like a drain as well, and if there was Pym techs, they'd get healed from it, but there isn't. So yeah, lots of debuffs here, lots of nice red. Now we got that Deadpool and the Asian Coast dropping on us, which is fine. Doesn't really change anything from our perspective. It's just, yeah, like I said, lots of debuffs there. We're reapplying the stuns, reapplying the slows. It's an absolute mess, and we're making a joke out of this node. I think for the most part, as long as you have the right RNG. This took me about, I think this was on my 3rd try. So the first 2 tries, I got about like halfway, and then for some reason they just somehow on the that first wave there. Halfway on the first wave, Quake or Crystal, somebody just nuked and took out my Black Widow, and then I basically just said, oh man, that's gonna be hard without her. So yeah, then I basically just said, okay, we're gonna keep trying this again. And yeah, but yeah, absolutely not too bad. I'm just quickly glancing here at my screen, and it looks like the next wave we should be getting Agent Coulson, Negasonic, we've got Deadpool, we got some Spider-Verse again, Miles and normal Spidey, then we got Quake, Shield, Security, and then we got Captain America. So Captain America comes back, and we'll probably have to, you know, if we had to, we can probably clone him again, but we got a full roster, so unfortunately we can't do that. But Mr. Sinister does have his clones ready to go if somebody drops. And I mean, it's very unlikely, because yeah, we've got like a super ironclad defense with the 4 Captain Americas. So if you guys are going with this strategy, go more the merrier. Maybe if you want to be more defensive, you could always go for 5 Captain Americas as well. Like that'd be interesting to see. But I've got 4, and if you guys leveled him up as well instead of Emma Frost, because I know some people have done Black Widow, Captain America, and then they did Mr. Sinister, and then they did Ghost. Sorry, Ghost is the last one there. So they did Captain America instead of Emma Frost because he was cheaper, and that makes sense. Unfortunately, he does use up the biomaterials, so that's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't level him up, and I was trying to save it for my city teams. Now I'm forgetting. I don't know if I stun her. Yeah, okay, so I do end up stunning her. I don't know why I picked Negasonic. Maybe because she removes the defense up with her ultimate. That's probably why. Anyways, as long as you can contain a lot of the characters, again, right off the get-go, I mean, we're stunning 3 characters off. So, I mean, right off on a board where there's like 8 guys or 10 guys, we're taking 3 out of the picture with the stuns, and then we're applying all these debuffs, and it's just, yeah, it becomes a nightmare. I mean, look at all the buffs on our team. It's just ridiculous. We're throwing shields and ripping buffs and reapplying stuff to ourselves, and yeah, and we're getting energy in the process. Like, it's an absolutely destructive team, as you guys see here, and it's we're just making a joke out of this node. After this one, I'll be stuck on Cosmic for a while, since I won't be able to start until I get more characters. I was lucky enough to get the right amount of material so I can get Emma Frost for this one, but yeah, it's gonna be a doozy for sure. I think for sure we're gonna have to be sitting for a little bit there, because I'm very stubborn on bringing Hela, and she is expensive. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. We'll have to wait a bit, and maybe they'll get some more events, or they'll maybe add some orbs in or something. But yeah, I'm quite a ways. Hela's a 90-90 for the Cosmic, and then I gotta bring Minerva up, who's also a 72-72. And yeah, it's gonna be a while. So I've only got Thanos right now, and I still gotta figure out who my 4th is. I wanted to bring Mordu because he's cheap, but if we're gonna take a while anyways, I might just bring up another character that's a long-term character, for example. Like for example, maybe someone on the Black Order team, or maybe you know, some people have been talking about Bishop because he's so good, but he's a 90-90, and yeah, just depends, I guess. We'll see what happens. He's also mutant materials, so it helps a little bit because we're not really using mutants again, at least until the legendary nodes, when we have to figure out who we're going to bring for those ones. But that is in a long time, and that's going to be a while. That's going to be a while before I have to worry about that. So anyways, let's have a look here. What are we looking at for the next wave? Let's just take a look in yonder. Let's see here. So the next wave, we should be getting 3 more guys dropping once we... did they already drop? Symbiote Spidey, Nick Fury, Cable. Yeah, they already dropped. Whoopsie. After those guys die, then it looks like we're going to be finishing off here with Black Bolt, Spidey, a double Miles, Symbiote Spidey, Deadpool, Cable, Negasonic, and then Shield security. So yeah, pretty straightforward node. So I think out of all these waves, definitely the hardest one was probably the first one, and just getting through that Crystal Quake, Symbiote Spidey wave, or Black Bolt, sorry, not Symbiote Spidey, the double Quake, or double Quake, no, double Cable. Double Quake Cable with Quake and Crystal, and I think it was Deadpool and Black Bolt in there, and some other guys. That they had a ton of AoEs, what I recall. And it's a good team. I mean, it's a solid team because Cable was like speed reducing, then you got Black Bolt. And I did notice that, yeah, with the wrong RNG, it can definitely go sideways on you, because if you leave Crystal and Quake alone and they start alting and specialing, sorry, yeah, it's nuts. There's a lot of AoE, and then if it's low enough, then Black Bolt's gonna activate his passive and hit. So I mean, yeah, it's a brutal one for sure, especially because when we use our clone on Sinister, I think he gets disrupted as well thanks to Black Bolt's passive. So I mean, yeah, it's a problematic node. If your characters aren't up to snuff. I mean, I've seen some other guys using Sabretooth and Wolverine, and yeah, it was a pretty disgusting to watch, because yeah, it was a lot of damage, and they don't hold up that well. Their stats just aren't that great, and I mean, unless you got a lot of materials and you want to bring up those characters, go for it. But I think everyone's gonna be fighting pretty hard for these materials. They're quite a bottleneck right now in the game, and I think, yeah, you're better off just spending those materials on characters you're going to use in other game modes. So this is the last wave. Like I said, we've got double Miles there, Black Bolt, we've got some Cable and Negasonic, and yeah, pretty straightforward, I'd say. But you know, same thing, we're going to stun off like 3 or 4 guys at the start here, and then that'll pretty much do it. We're going after Negasonic again because she can remove the defense up. And then, of course, we got Ghost, double tapping, and lengthening those debuffs. It's basically rinse and repeat for you guys. That's why I had to speed up the footage, because when I was going through this, I was like, holy crap, this is a really long video. And I don't know if, you know, it's pretty straightforward to watch. And I think for the most part, people will agree that these nodes are definitely a lot easier than Dark Dimension 3. So I wasn't sure if I should play this at full game speed, but yeah, it was a long video, so I figured I'd do you guys a little bit of a favor and sped up some of the footage while I was doing the recording. It's just, yeah, absolutely long footage. Nobody wants to sit around and hear me talk for an hour. I don't think anybody wants to do that. Anyways, so same thing here, just taking out those problematic characters that you guys stunned, and I'd say definitely prioritize on Black Bolt first, because you leave him alone, he's gonna alt. He can do a ton of damage, and on top of that, yeah, you don't want him throwing his passive around too when characters drop below a certain health. Your characters might not be the same as mine, so obviously this lineup might not be the exact same, but I think the important thing is just to make sure earlier on, if you clone Captain America to kind of give you guys that extra cushion with the defense up and the energy, and then of course you can kind of take your flexibility with Mr. Sinister by going out, you know, whatever route you want to go. If you need more stuns, go, you know, Symbiote, Spidey, Black Widow. Or if you got enough stuns already and you want to go towards more damage, you can always clone Black Bolt as well. I did try cloning Black Bolt on another attempt, and I didn't find him to be that great. His damage was okay. Like, I think if you're trying to one-shot this, you probably want to go at a slow and steady approach, and that's kind of where I found that stability with Captain America. That's the best way to go here. He's going to give you a lot of sustainability. We're slowing back down to normal speed here. That's why I just had to tweak that a bit. But as you guys see here, We're not going to be using any of the global characters after this one. So, I mean, at this point in time, you don't need to save any of your abilities. So, I'm not doing that. We're not going to run into them again until our timed global runs, or when we go into the second run for Dark Dimension 4. But as you guys see here, it really doesn't matter. So much energy going on here, and really, end of the day, guys, just taking it nice and slow and easy and just going after the right characters. I'd say go for Captain America, and if you do have squishy characters like Sabretooth, Wolverine, doesn't necessarily mean you won't be able to one-shot this. Just means, you know, when they die, it means you got an extra slot to fill in now, and you can bring in probably another Captain America. So that's the way I see it. So it's not impossible. It's just probably going to be a little bit more RNG dependent. But yeah, these nodes are definitely easier, and definitely I find them to be way better than Dark Dimension 3. So there you guys have it. That is our last and final node for global. And as you guys see there, 60 some. That's how you do the one shot there. So hopefully help you guys out. Hopefully you guys found this useful. And yeah, if you guys are planning or gearing up or getting ready for that, hopefully this will help you guys out. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We will catch you guys in the next one. All right. Take care. And as always, happy gaming.